Welcome to Muscle Nutrition episode 7. Today we're filming again at Monster Gym, greatest gym in the Montreal area. And we are going to talk about the greatest Mr. Olympia. Now, who was the greatest Mr. Olympia? Well, there's a lot of arguments to that. Some people will say this person and some people will be that person, but to be honest with you, they were all great Mr. Olympias. But the ones that really stand out for those extra performances, well, we'd have to talk about Lee Haney and Ronnie Coleman, who dominated 8 years straight, 8-time Mr. Olympias. Lee Haney from Atlanta, Georgia. Ronnie Coleman from the Texas area. Great bodybuilders, different era. And of course, the great movie star himself, politician, the legend of bodybuilding, Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Oak, 7 times Mr. Olympia. Probably would have won a lot more because he retired at 28 years old. But went on to a movie career and so on. We know the history of Arnold the Terminator. There was also a gentleman that never even won the Mr. Olympia, Lou Ferrigno, who became the Incredible Hulk, but we are talking about Mr. Olympias. But if Lou would have stayed in the sport, I'm sure he would have been a Mr. Olympia. We got Dorian Yates, 6 times Mr. Olympia, mass, big, brought the new era of massive bodybuilder. One of my personal favorites was Frank Zane. I mean, under 200 pounds, but aesthetically, wow, great bodybuilder. We want to thank Joe Weider for creating the Mr. Olympia in 1965, so all his amateur bodybuilders could compete on the biggest stage, the Mr. Olympia, which is the Super Bowl of bodybuilding. Today I'm going to be talking about fat burners, different types of fat burners. I'm going to pull out a couple of the fat burners that I have right now. I have what's called Cut-Tech. I have Ripped FX8 in there. I got so many other type of fat burners. What's important about fat burners is that they suppress your appetite. They basically metabolize your fat into energy. It basically burns the fat. Some of these fat burners, what's really great about them is they also actually help you burn belly fat also. But what people have to understand about a fat burner is that once you get on a diet and you start eating properly, let's say you're going to lose a pound a week. Well, with the fat burner, you might lose 2 to 3 pounds a week, okay? But if you take the fat burner, but you're not eating properly or you're not exercising, you'll probably burn off the extra fat that you were going to put on, but you won't see results and people end up stop taking them. So it's very important that you take them. You have the herbs like Garcinia camboya. You have green tea in there. Green tea is really good because, it washes out all the water. It's a great antioxidant. Garcinia camboya, though, is a fantastic herb. It helps burn, but you have the guarana extract, which is a form of caffeine. It's not something that you want to take a lot of. You should stick to about 2 to 3 capsules a day, but the product does work if you use it properly. It's not a magic pill, but it does work. We recommend Cut-Tech. It's made by Tech Lab. We also recommend Ripped FX8. You can get it on iSmartNutrition.com, one of our sponsors. Most of their products are made in Canada. Check them up. It's iSmartNutrition.com. I got Krystle Spence here from Monster Gym. Hey Krystle, how are you?
I'm good, Frank. How are you?
Good. Episode 7, exercise. I'm excited. It's chest. We're getting into the chest. Good for men. A lot of women aren't too crazy about it because, let's face it, it's more of a man's exercise, but don't neglect it. Like Krystle will say, you do need a bit of it. This is an incline bench. Krystle is going to do what's basically called an incline dumbbell press. So you come down like this and you come up, and what's really good is you see the technique is good. She goes down, not too low, perfect, and it builds right around this area and so on. So that's great. That's awesome. Great technique, very important. Perfect, thank you. Now Krystle, what she's gonna do, she's gonna show what are flies. Flies basically work the chest this way, okay? So these are what are called incline flies, dumbbell flies. There you go, you see? It's almost like a pec deck, like you're doing the pec deck, but you're doing it with dumbbells. Yeah, that's perfect, great. Perfect. Great question. What do you recommend for the women? What would you say?
To be honest, I recommend push-ups as well. Maybe on like a Smith machine.
Okay.
So you have like a little bit of an incline and you're pushing forward.
Okay.
I like the pec deck machine as well. So basically the movement would be very, very similar to this.
Okay.
And you can also do assisted dips. So assisted dips would target more the underneath of the chest, just leaning a little bit forward and pushing your body weight up like this with the assisted machine.
Great, thank you, Krystle. Krystle is a personal trainer at the fabulous Monster Gym in the West Island of Montreal. Probably one of the best gyms on the island of Montreal, 24 hours, 7 days. She's a personal trainer. She's done a lot of competitions, fitness figures, so get a good personal trainer that know what they're doing so you don't hurt yourself. Better to learn the proper technique, use proper weights, always use weights that you feel comfortable with, because if the weights are too heavy, you're going to hurt yourself, and a lot of times you swing the weights so you're not getting anything done. Anyhow, I want to thank Krystle again. Thank you so much, Krystle. Really appreciate it. I'm going to ask Joe, our producer from P2P Media, to give me the questions and answers. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. So, this one I have from Don from Pittsburgh. Don's asking me, why is protein important? What makes protein so important? Why should it be taken? Okay, well, protein is the building block of the body, of muscle, bones, tissues. It repairs muscle tissue. So you have to understand, when you're in the gym and you're training, you're ripping muscle tissue. You're tearing muscle. And what makes the muscle grow is the recovery after the training. So protein is very important. Some people claim that protein should be taken 20 grams a day, 50 grams a day, 100 grams a day, but the truth is that it should be a pound. For every pound that you weigh, it should be a gram of protein. So in other words, if you weigh 200 pounds, 200 grams of protein would be good. Now, don't think by taking 200 grams in one shot, you're okay, because your body can only absorb between 30 to 40 grams of protein every 2 hours. This is the reason why bodybuilders eat every 2 hours. What I would recommend is, get a protein in the morning, one around lunchtime, one after training, and eat a lot of food that's high in protein. Fish, chicken, meat, nuts carry a lot of protein. That's why protein is called a food supplement. It supplements your food. So very, very important to get a good quality protein. I'll give you an example. Sometimes people buy a whey protein. They pay $50 for 5 pounds. And they'll see someone buy a 5-pounder for $100 of isolated, and they say, well, I can get 10 pounds for the same price, but it doesn't work like that. The cheaper quality of the protein, the less your body absorbs. So you might see on a can 29 grams of protein per scoop, but if the protein is not of high quality, you're lucky if you're going to absorb 35% of that protein. Isolated protein has been microfiltered almost 7 times. So when you're taking 29 grams of protein, you're probably going to absorb 26 grams of that protein. Not only that, you're going to have less stomach problems, because a lot of people are lactose intolerant. Okay, isolated protein has no lactose in it, and it's fat-free. For women that are doing like bikini fitness shows, I definitely recommend isolated protein. And for bodybuilders and people that are taking a lot of protein, don't want to have like lactose problems, you definitely want an isolated protein. But whatever works for you, it's great. For vegetarians, there's vegetarian protein. A lot of it is made from peas and different types of vegetables and so on. So it depends on what you want. But protein is very, very important to repair muscle tissue. To me, it's the most important product that you can take. It's definitely number one in your arsenal. You gotta remember, protein is 22 essential amino acids, and each one has a job. Arginine builds muscle. L-carnitine burns fat. Tyrosine helps the body relax. The branched chain amino acids are in there. Glutamine, which is glutamic acid, releases growth hormone while you're sleeping. Releases stress in the body, lowers your cortisol levels that eat away at muscle tissue. There's a lot of benefits to protein. It's definitely what you need. Your body's made up of water, 70%, and 30% of your body's made up of amino acids, which are proteins. So very important that you need protein. Great question. I love it. Protein is so important. A lot of people don't know about it. Very important for all athletes. Basketball, soccer, hockey, whatever you do, ski, wrestle, boxing, you need protein. Protein will make you strong. Protein will give you power. Protein will repair muscle tissue. Remember, Muscle Nutrition every Friday at 8 p.m. Okay, we're there on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook. We're all over. I want to say hello to all our fans from Japan, Poland, Italy, Spain, South America, Canada, USA. I want to thank Monster Gym for letting us come in and use their facility. Great gym. West Island, Montreal. Have a good day. Take care. See you soon. Stay strong. Stay healthy.